All right, let's get into it. Moondance with one finger, pointer finger. Make sure you're tuned up. It doesn't matter if you have a high G or a low G. It doesn't matter if you're on baritone. Baritones obviously will be playing in a different key than we are, but we're going to take a little bit different approach to this one. I've tried this before and it worked great. I've done this in, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 different states, something like that. I can't remember. But this approach works. Some people get a little twisted or whatever at first, but then once they get it, it clicks, and then we're gonna rearrange it and show you what we're really doing. All right, so if you look at this first one, it's just a bunch of numbers. 02, 02, 02, 02, 02, all right? For Moondance, all we're gonna do is use our pointer finger, and we're gonna go to whatever number it says. That's what fret we're gonna bar with our pointer finger all the way across. Now the first one says O, and that means 0 or O for open. That's the first chord. Let's play that real quick. You just played more than half of the song. More than half of the song is open, strumming all 4 strings all the way across, and you'll understand why in a little bit. All right, for this intro and the verses, you're gonna go O2. Now, for those of you who've never done bar chords before, this is the easiest bar chord song in the world. You're gonna put your pointer finger across all 4 strings, whatever way you need to do it. Everybody's fingers are a little different, but you want to put it as close to the fret as possible without getting on the fret. And make sure, pluck it out, not strum, pluck each note to make sure that all 4 strings are ringing out individually. Now that first one really isn't ringing out very good, so what do I need to do? Do I need to move my finger forward or backward? Do I need to move it closer? Do I need to pinch harder? There you go, ring out. That's what it should sound like. Anytime you do a new chord, pluck it out, don't strum it. A lot of people strum it, and then you can't tell, is there a note missing? Is something buzzing? Sometimes you can, but sometimes you can't. So that's what it should sound like. All right, so O2. And all I'm doing with my thumb is just pinching. Now, bar chords can wear your hands out. So for now, only pinch when you're strumming and then let it off. So that way you're just not sitting there with all the tension on your hand, your fingers and everything. Just, right? And that's what it says. O2, 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 O2. Congratulations, you just played 3/4 of the song. Right? We said that was a whole bunch of the song, but now with adding that 2 in there, all the intros and the verses are that. But other parts of the song still use that O open strum. All right, so this is the intro and the verses. O2, O2. Say it out loud. I'm doing more than it's on the page because it's the intro, it's also the verses. So I'm just keeping it going, right? All right. So the second part, if you look at this is going to get a little bit more complicated. 5, 5, 0, 0, right? So if you look at the markers on your ukuleles, 5, 7, 10. Some people have 12. If you have a soprano, it won't probably have a marker right there, but that'll be your highest fret you can go to. Other people might have more markers down here. I know when one of my bigger tenors has another marker, I think at 15 or something, but almost all ukuleles have it at 5, 7, and 10. Sometimes they have it at 3, sometimes they have it at 12, and sometimes at 15. All right, we're just worried about the 5th fret. start using that as a reference when you're maneuvering around the fretboard. That way you don't have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. Know your ukulele. Know if it's either your first marker, which would be a 3rd fret, or your first marker if it's your 5th fret, or 2nd marker, or whatever works for your ukulele, right? Now we're going to go, same thing. We're going to pinch on 5, and then 2 opens. So 5, 5, oh, oh. Same thing. Pluck it out. Make sure that it's ringing out. And then go 5, 5, oh, oh. 5, 5, oh, oh. And this next one is 5, 5, 5. And the next is 4, 4, 4. But we're going to add something here. 4th fret right there. And now we're going to just add your middle finger. Right? So we didn't do the whole song with 1 finger, but this is the only, the 4th fret is the only one we're going to add one. All we're going to do is add your middle finger to the 5th fret of the A string, or the one that's closest to the floor. That makes it a 7th chord. We'll talk about that more in a little bit. So 5, 5, 5, 4 plus, 4, 4, 4. And you can just practice that over and over again. And if you need to, just squeeze just when you're strumming. All right? And that's now all the pre-choruses. I think 3 times it happens. You're going to go to that. All right, so next one. This is the chorus. I think the chorus happens 3 times in this song. All right. Now it's 05. 05, 05, 05, 05, 05, 05, 05, 04 with the flutter. So you're going to go back to that 4, but you're going to add your middle finger. And this time, instead of just strumming, we're going to do a flutter. All right? So that's the last section right there. 05, 04. You do that at the end of each chorus before you go back to the 02 intro. Congratulations, you just played the whole song. That is the whole song, right? So there it is, all condensed. Black part is the intros and the chorus, or intros and the verses. Blue part is the pre-chorus. And then the red part is the chorus with the flutter at the end. All right. All right, let's try to just run through this. Now, obviously, each one of these sections is going to be a little bit longer, depending on what's going on, especially the black section. The verses, that's the intro, then it's a whole bunch of the verse. The pre-chorus should be the same. The chorus should be the same unless you add a back-to-back chorus, which you could do. In my arrangement, I don't have it back-to-back. I go right back to the intro, and but obviously, you can do what you want. So let's just run through this page, all right, real quick. Well, not super quick, but let's see what we can do. All right, so just try to look as we're going, say it out loud as we're going, and we'll see how it goes. The hardest part for me is to not add the swing. Once we get it down, you can start adding a swing strum to it a little bit. But right now, we're going to play it straight. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 02, 02, 02, 02, 5, 5, 0, 5, 5, 0, 5, 5, 0, 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4 with the plus, right? All right, and then 05, 05, 05, 05, 05, 05, then back to the top. All right, that's it. That's the whole song. Now, the hard part is doing that for the whole song, right? This is a bar chord, so practice a little bit every day, or every time you practice this just a little bit. It'll strengthen your fingers so you don't get worn out playing this, because the whole song is going to be 3 to 4 minutes long, right? 5 minutes long if you extend different parts of the song, the intro, go back to the chorus, or whatever you're going to do. But what we're doing here is going to be able to expand into other songs that you would like to play. So even if you don't like Moondance, or even if you're like, I don't know, I don't want to waste time doing this, it's too much. All these techniques are going to be able to be used for a lot of other songs. And I'm going to show you some of those other songs right now, or today anyways. I'm going to show you a couple more things about this, and then we're going to show you how you can expand it to other things. All right. If you look at this graph, this is what it converts to. The black part is for a soprano tuning, which is also a concert tuning or a tenor tuning. The green all the way on the right, that is if you're playing a baritone, right? So these are the names of the chords we just played. Now, why didn't you just show us that at the beginning, Kirk? Because in my years of teaching, sometimes people see the chords and they're like, oh, well, I don't know what an A minor 7 is. I'm not going to do this song, or I'm going to skip that chord. But then somebody explains, like, that's an A minor 7. You don't have to do anything. Oh, no, Kirk, that's a C6. It's an A minor 7 also. A lot of chords have more than one name. So for this key, A minor 7, all right? Now, B minor 7 is just moving up all 4 of these notes up 2 half steps, or 1 whole step, or 2 frets in this case, right? So all we're doing is putting a pointer finger across the 2nd fret. Now it's a B minor 7. Or an F sharp minor 7 for a baritone. So start thinking about it like that also. A minor 7, B minor 7, A minor 7, B minor 7. Right? Or E minor 7, F sharp minor 7. Just so your brain can start remembering where these things are. All right, so we go to the 5th fret on a soprano tuning. It's a D minor 7, A minor 7, B, C, D, right? In the musical alphabet, there's an A sharp, B, no B sharp, it goes straight to C, then a C sharp, and then to a D. And that's what we're doing there. Anywhere you put your pointer finger, anywhere on the whole fretboard, is going to be a minor 7th chord. Now, you'll have to count it off or figure it out to know what minor 7th it is. But just like I showed you, A minor 7, B minor 7, C minor 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, F minor 7, G minor 7, back to the top, A minor 7, and octave. All right? Do you need to know all that? No, but maybe it'll click and you'll be like, oh, cool. So somebody's asking you to play a minor 7th chord. Oh, where can I put my pointer finger to play that particular chord? See if it works for that particular song. Now that 4th chord, or 4th fret, is not going to be a minor 7th chord. It's going to be a 7th chord, like I said earlier, but we're going to play an E7. Oh, Kirk, why don't we just play the E7 here like we always do? Because we're going to stay with the theme of doing bar chords, and you're going to be right here, right? Right? It's an alternate way of playing the E7 chord, right? So you guys might know, right? C7, if you barred it, in all those notes. C sharp 7, D7. Sometimes people play a D7 like that instead of the Hawaiian D7. D sharp 7, E7, F7, F sharp 7, G7, right? G sharp 7, A minor 7, no, that's A7, and then A sharp 7, B7, octave, another C7. All right, do you need to know all that? No. But that shape anywhere on the whole fretboard is going to be a 7th chord, right? There's going to be other things, other ways of playing the 7th chords, but that is one way of playing 7th chords. It's just like that, all over the fretboard. All right, so that's basically the whole song. All right, let's try to play the song. All right, so there's different ways of looking at this song. Like you could just think numbers, 02, 02, 55, 00, right? You can think of the numbers and just forget about the chords. But also it's good to know the chords so your brain will start to associate those frets, those shapes as whatever chord it is, right? A lot of these have different two names, right? So, all right. So let's just go to the intro. Super easy, right? It's just 02, 02, right? Let's count it off. The hardest part for me is not to add the swing just yet. I'll show you how I add the swing later. But as I'm playing this, I might add a little swing. I'm going to try not to. So try to keep it as straight as possible. Try to fit the words to the chords, not the chords to the words. This needs to be played in time, pretty straight. And then once you're comfortable with it, then you can start being creative and moving words around. Now, if you listen to Van Morrison play this, it has a huge swing to it. It has other chord embellishments on it. He has lots of top-notch jazz musicians playing, and he is holding words back and then rushing words and pausing and doing all sorts of stuff. So don't get discouraged if you're like, hell, Kirk's showing me the wrong thing. This is the way Van Morrison does it. Yeah, Van Morrison does it pretty much different every time he does it. That keeps it fresh for him, for the band, stuff like that. So, and also he's been doing it for 50 years or however long this song's been around. So you're definitely going to find some different versions of this. Also, this might not be in the same key that he does it in. I'm sure he's changed the key as he's gotten older and stuff like that. So anyways, let's start with the verse. Actually, the intro. So we're going to start the intro, instrumental, rocking back and forth between 1 or 02, 02, 02, right? Or A minor 7, B minor 7. And then we're going to just go right into the first verse. Don't worry about singing. Concentrate on keeping the strum straight and strumming on time on the beat. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm using my thumb, but you could use your whatever works for you. All right. All right, I'm going to start singing. Don't worry about the singing. Just concentrate on strumming. It's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. Fabulous night to make romance neath the color of October skies. All the leaves on the trees are falling to the sounds of the breeze that will blow. Trying to place the calling of your heartstrings to play it soft and low. All right, so that's the next part. There's actually a pause there. I strummed once, but the night's magic seems to whisper and hush. The soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. And then right to the chorus. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? E7 flutter. That is the whole song. It just starts over with the intro, goes into the second verse, goes to the pre-chorus, which has some different words, and then goes back to the chorus, back to the intro, back to verse 1, back to the pre-chorus 1, back to the chorus. So that is the whole song. So you can just totally practice that section that we just did and get the whole song. But take it slow. Take it slow. There's a lot of words in here. And when I was learning this years ago, I definitely started to fit the chords to the words instead of the words to the chords. And it would come out all jumbled and stuff. So try to keep it as straight as possible. And then once you're comfortable, then you can add a swing. I'm going to try to do a little bit of the swing right now for you. I'm going to just start at the very end of the first verse, go right into the pre-chorus, into the chorus. Now, if my voice isn't as beautiful as you remember, it is 9:30 a.m. right now, so I am not warmed up or anything, so I apologize on that. But just concentrate on the technique of playing and don't worry about how rough my voice is right now, all right? All right, let's give it a shot. I'm just going to start doing the intro, and then I'm going to jump into the second half of the verse, so that way this video isn't as long. The leaves on the trees. Oh, I'm doing a swing now. Forgot to add the swing. And the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breeze that will blow. Trying to place the calling of your heartstrings, play it soft and low. You know the night magic seems to whisper and hush. You know the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Back to the intro. So don't worry about doing that just yet. You'll get there. Concentrate on the song, getting the strums, getting the words right, transition from the verse to the pre-chorus, from the pre-chorus to the chorus, and then a lot of people just stop there. You got to figure out how you're going to get from that flutter back to the intro, right? I have lots of students, and I probably did this before too, is that you're like, oh, I've done all 3 sections, I'm good. And then when they try to go back to the beginning, they're, how do I do that? Because you're all the way up here. And I know it's not that big of a stretch, but your brain has to go back to, right? So, yeah, just give it a shot. If you have any questions, let me know. Easiest bar chord song in the world. Guess what? I'm going to add some extra stuff on the end of this video to show you some other songs that you can use these same techniques. So let's just start off with this. That's the way, I like it, that's the way, I like it, right? Casey and the Sunshine Band, that's the way I like it, right? I wasn't playing anything with my left hand at all. That means it was an A minor 7 or a C6. We're going to call it A minor 7 because that's what we were calling it for the rest of the video. But so Kirk, why are you teaching us that? You know, this is a bar chord video lesson. Why are you showing that? Well, what if that key is not the key that works best for your voice? You can put your pointer finger anywhere on the whole fretboard and figure out what key works best for your voice, all right? Now, we were doing A minor 7. Let's just move it up to the 5th fret. And that's the D minor 7, right? That's the way, I like it, Or if you need to sing higher. So that's why I wouldn't want to necessarily do it in that key, because going too high does not sound good for me. Comedically, it sounds great, but seriously, it doesn't. But then if I play it in D minor, that's the way, I like it, That's like in my mid-range. To me, it doesn't sound interesting. Does it sound okay? Yeah. Does it sound interesting? No. It doesn't add any of the oomph behind it that you want. So that's why I wouldn't play it in D minor 7. All right, so let's move it up to D to E minor 7 on the 7th fret. Now that you know how to use your pointer finger across you can do it anywhere, right? So let's go to the 7th fret. That's the way, that's the way, I like it, I went low. That's the way, I like it, That's the way, And I can go high, right? So that's how you figure out what's good for your voice. Now, if you're doing an A minor 7 over here and you're like, that's close, but that's not it, then move it up 1 or 2, do B minor 7. That's the way, I like it, And maybe that's a good key for my voice once I've warmed up, But you just don't know until you've warmed up and you practice it. So just give it a shot. All right. Here's another one that I play all the time that I try to show people who have never played an instrument before, never played ukulele before, how easy it is to play this 2-chord song. Now this does, when it goes to the bridge, it does go to E minor and an A, but they're all relatively easy chords. But the rest of it is G major 7. Now if you look, I'm leaving the G string open, but I am strumming it. So I'm only covering 3 strings, not 4. So it's not a B minor 7, it is a G major 7. Pluck it out. And then the other half of the song is an A minor 7, just open. Too late to turn back now. Too late to turn back now. I believe I'm falling in love. Too late to turn back now. I believe I'm falling in love. That's the whole thing. Same thing that we did with Moondance. Once you get the words down, once you get the timing down, then add the swing. A lot of people try to jump in there and do it all at once. Doesn't work all the time. All right, here's another one that uses the same 2 chords. And this one I don't actually play, but I know it. So grooving on a Sunday afternoon. Get away too soon, right? All right. Another one that I teach, total beginners. If you've taken my total beginner class or watched my total beginner videos, one of the ones that I do is an A minor right there, right? 1 finger, no fingers, 2 strums. Kirk, why are you showing this to us? We are not total beginners. We're doing bar chords. We are next level. Same thing that I showed you with Casey and the Sunshine Band. That's the way I like it. Now we're going to use this. So that was an A minor and then an A minor 7. But say, hey, that doesn't work out for my voice. I want to sing it closer to the way Aretha Franklin sings it, or I need it in different keys so I don't sing it like Aretha Franklin. Now we're going to do this. We're going to put our pointer finger across the 2nd fret, and we're going to add your ring finger only on the 4th fret of the Giant Cockroaches Eat Apple G string. That's the way it should sound. But we're going to leave this down the whole time, so this is going to wear your hand out a little bit. So same thing I told you earlier. Only practice these things a little bit at a time until you strengthen your hand up. But maybe this is the song you like. 2 strums down with your ring finger down, and then 2, and I'm being extra dramatic, and then 2 with it up. I'm being extra dramatic so you can tell I'm not touching anything, but all you need to do is lift it up just a tad, right? This is Chain of Fools by Aretha Franklin. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. With the swing. Chain of Fools. Same thing. You can move that anywhere. You don't need to know what you're playing at all. Just keep going until you find a key that works best for your voice. Then look it up and see what it is. Right? Start making mental notes of where things are on the fretboard. All right. Here's another classic. Fleetwood Mac. Let's see. 1 finger, C major 7, then a D6. Kirk, you just said that was a B minor 7. In this key, it's a D6. C major 7, D6. Can you hear it? Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Say women, they will come, right? The whole song is just like that. Now, if you look up the original song, it actually has 4 chords. The other 2 chords are variations of these 2 chords, but you can play the whole song just doing that. 1 string, 4 strings. 1 string, 4 strings. All right? All right. Let's go to... all right. This is something I teach a lot of my students is a pinky D. A lot of people do a D like this. All right? Some people do it like that. And they leave the A string open. Some people do it like this. This is the way most of the time I do a D. Not always. Barring the 2nd fret, then adding my pinky to the 5th fret of the A string. Pinky D. And if you move that up 2, 1, 2. Pinky's now on the 10th fret. Oh, no, it's not. 7th fret, sorry. That is an E chord. That E chord that everybody avoids. 4th fret, 7th fret. All right, but we're not going to get to that just yet. All right, so this song is, well, I'll just play it for you. It's A minor 7 and then a pinky D. She's a brick house. She's mighty, just letting it all hang out. She's a brick house. Lady stacked, that's a fact. Ain't nothing holding back. So, obviously that was a little bit more of a swing strum, but there you go. Pinky D. Start using the pinky D. It will open up so many things for you. All right. This is in a different video that I did. You can look it up and learn it separately. It is for Hit the Road Jack, Stray Cat Struts, The Cat Came Back, and Feeling Good by Nina Simone. I'm doing that same B minor 7, but then I'm adding that. That makes it a B minor. Moving it up here to the 5th fret and the 7th fret. But listen to this. All right, and then I'm moving it down this way because the notes go lower, right? Down. It's down, up, down. And then I'm adding my middle finger to the C string. Down 2 more. And then an A7. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Look up the video. Hit the Road Jack. 4 chords over and over again for all of those songs. All right. And here's another one. This is a waltz. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That actually might be a sort of a 3/4 song. It might actually be a 6/8 song, but this is Alicia Keys. And I'm going to cheat on this one a little bit. It has an E minor and then a B minor 7. But instead of switching your pointer finger every time, we're just going to do this. Leave your pointer finger there the whole time. And this isn't technically an E minor, so don't go running and telling on me. Kirk said this was an E minor. It's not an E minor, but it is so close that no one will notice that it's not an E minor. And then your B minor 7, all you do is lift up your 2 fingers. I'm being extra dramatic again, so don't do that, because the further away they move, the harder it is to get back in the right spot. But it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, E minor, B minor 7. I keep falling in and out of love with you, and I never loved someone the way that I love you. That's me at 9:48 in the morning trying to do Alicia Keys. You're welcome. There's tons of other songs, but I just wanted to give you a hint to be like, hey, I don't like Moondance. I don't want to learn these bar chords. These are some other things that you can use. That's not a bar chord, but it is. You're barring 3, right? For that Too Late to Turn Back Now and Groovin'. Same with the Chain of Fools. If you want to move that up the neck, go back and watch the video. Find one of these songs that you want to learn and give it a shot. Little at a time, little at a time. All right, I know that was a lot. This is the longest video I think I've made so far. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get something out of it. I hope your hand doesn't get worn out. Thank you.